Homeless at Skid Row, Los Angeles. The term Skid Row originated during the construction of the railroads in the mid-19th century. When the men were working, they had money to spend on prostitution, liquor and hotels. But employment was often seasonal and scarce. When the men were out of work, they wound up often drunk and sleeping in the streets. Alcoholism grew among this population of men. The religious community responded to their needs by opening shelters to house, feed and proselytize to the men. These neighborhoods were considered seedy, dangerous and dirty. Because of the skid roads that were in the center of the neighborhoods, they became known as Skid Rows. Skid Row is a neighborhood in downtown Los Angeles. The area is officially known as Central City East. Skid Row is widely considered ground zero of the country's homelessness crisis, with an estimated thousands unhoused people living on sidewalks and in shelters, far more homeless people than in any other part of LA. The rat-infested streets smell of urine and rubbish mixed with the pungent odor of marijuana. Drugs are abundant. This has become a Disneyland for addicts, one Skid Row resident comments. Skid Row contains one of the largest stable populations, about 9,200 to 15,000, of homeless people in the United States, and has been known for its condensed homeless population since at least the 1930s. Its long history of police raids, targeted city initiatives, and homelessness advocacy make it one of the most notable districts in Los Angeles. Here is some today's facts on Skid Row. 11,000 people live on Skid Row streets. Very few bathrooms exist on those streets. Buckets are bathrooms, situated behind their tents. Syrian refugee camps have 96% more toilets than currently exist on Skid Row. 106 new toilets would have to be implemented to match even those unacceptable conditions. No water fountains exist on Skid Row or LA public streets. 56,000 homeless live in LA County as of May 2018. 134,000 homeless live in California. Real-life zombieland of Kensington, Philadelphia. Philadelphia is often referred to as the city of zombies in the real world. As the capital of the United States before being moved to Washington, D.C., Philadelphia is now in a state of tension. One of the areas in Philadelphia named Kensington Avenue has a terrible atmosphere because a number of residents are acting strangely like zombies. This strange behavior was caused by the rise of narcotics users in the area. Under the impact of narcotics, people seem to sit limply, slumped with needles stuck in their hands, and even walk very unsteadily. The atmosphere makes Kensington look like a scene from a horror film that presents zombies. Kensington Avenue in North Philadelphia is famous for drug abuse and prostitution. The avenue runs 3 miles through what is now a dangerous and crime-ridden neighborhood. Kensington was originally a blue-collar neighborhood that thrived on the factories built there. Its mid-century decline due to deindustrialization paralyzed Kensington. The white residents fled to the suburbs and people of color and limited means moved in. From there, drug dens sprung up across the neighborhood and allowed for gangs to breed in the area. However, the drug market remained decentralized, running through small groups of dealers that were harder to prosecute than, say, a crime syndicate. This has made it hard for police to quell the trade. Crack, meth, heroin, oxycodone, weed, Percocet, PCP, these are all the usual suspects around Kensington Avenue. However, heroin and fentanyl is without a doubt the most popular drugs. At first, fentanyl was used as a cutting agent to let dealers water down their heroin with a cheaper alternative to make more money. However, fentanyl has replaced heroin completely, and it is rare that you find anyone using pure heroin in Kensington. Fentanyl has devastating withdrawal effects, though. Worse than plain heroin. More recently, fentanyl is being replaced with an animal tranquilizer called xylazine or tranq. The drug is even cheaper to produce and procure than fentanyl and is more dangerous in the sense that Narcan is not effective against overdoses. Meanwhile, the local government's efforts to reduce its citizens stranded on the streets is to provide special shelters or residences for drug addicts. However, there are still many addicts who are reluctant to live in shelters and choose to set up tents by the side of the road.